Hello, I am Barbara Noras and I'm hanging out with Rob on Frontal Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here, Front Row Live Entertainment. I'm hanging out here with Barbara Nadas, and I'm excited to be talking to you.
Thank you
You
for
have
having me.
a busy week coming up. It's about that time to drop that album that I'm sure you've been waiting to release. Talk to me a little bit about that creative process of Stay, and did you know that you were actively working on this record?
Yeah, I mean, this is really a long time coming. I feel like the starting point was in 2018
Yeah.
when I went to the Berkeley's 5 week summer course and I decided to make an album. And just, I'm working on it since that because I'm always improving and I wanted to give my best and find the best people to release music with. So this is a really long time coming and I couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, that's amazing. And when you started working on this record, did you have an idea of maybe a storyline, a topic that you wanted to kind of focus on, or is this one of those sessions where you just went into the studio and just these stories, these experiences started to just kind of flow out onto paper?
This is really an experimental album.
Okay.
I wanted to, experience with different genres and styles
Mm-hmm.
because I felt like my musical identity was very diverse
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted to try out, different styles and mix different stuff together
Yeah.
and also, just improve as a songwriter. I just started to write English lyrics that time. So this is really like was an experiment to me. I tried to work with as many producers and songwriters as I could, and I wasn't afraid like do everything from scratch again and,
Yeah.
and again and re-sing everything again. So this is the story of this album.
That's amazing. And when it comes to the title track, is that something that derived from a certain song that you were writing? Was it like a lyric that you were writing that you were like, oh, this would be a great title track for the record?
Yeah, everyone loved this record who I showed the album. And the inspiration behind it, that my life really took like a 180 turn. When I was 18, I lost my dad. And even though my life has changed so much, I felt like I am still the same person
Yeah.
deep inside. And I always want to stay that young little girl who just loves to create.
Yeah.
And that's this song about. And also I wanted to, leave something here that stays here until human life exists.
Yeah.
And I think music is definitely something like this.
Now, you talk about vulnerable topics like this. How challenging was it for you to write music for something so personal like that?
It was really challenging, and it was also like a therapy for me. You just feel it. I tried to write really superficial at first, and then my producer was like, no, you can do better.
Yeah.
And I experienced like I really have to, dive into myself really deep to feel that emotions again and to let them out and be so honest. That may be more honest than even with my therapist, because you can lie to music because people will hear it and it just feels weird if you're not telling the truth.
Yeah, that is very true. And at the same time, being able to control your vocals when you're talking about so like personal topics, how did you learn to, first of all, control those vocals, and how did you learn to kind of step out of that comfort zone at the same time to try different types of vocal ranges?
I think that's what performing is about. That you have to feel what you are talking about, what you're singing about, but also you have to be as professional, not to break out in tears or whatever.
Yeah.
But if you do, it's not a problem. So I mean, emotions gotta come out. So
Yeah.
and obviously vocal training has helped a lot. So that's only one reason why this album is, I waited for that long, because I've jumped into a process of vocal training. I found a very good coach and I didn't want to stop that process because I really felt I was improving and finding my true voice. So yeah, that's also a reason.
So far you've released previous material, most recently Soar. So how different is the new material from Stay compared to Soar?
It's not so different. I think it's really like how can I stories about self improvement, right?
Yeah.
And I think I am more myself now
Hmm.
than when I really saw, and I am more confident in my vocals, in my performance, in my message.
Yeah.
So story is really like a song that like summaries the whole album basically and my musical journey.
When it comes to the musical journey for Stay, you talked about various genres. Is there a certain genre that you focus more on this record?
Um, it's pop, and I have a little bit of touch of soul in
Hmm.
one song, a little bit of touch of reggae. I would say reggae
Nice.
guitar. One song is like pop funk. So even though I write about meaningful topics, I
Yeah.
guess, and deep emotions, my songs are not sad at all. So some of them are really danceable and catchy. I'm a happy person,
Yeah.
so I wanted to to make really happy songs. But also, I feel like I have a message, and I always have somebody to disagree with. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. And talking about danceable music, your song "Soar" got a rebirth, a new version with a collaboration, a remix collaboration with Tom Martin. Talk to me a little bit about this collaboration and what was it that drew your attention into wanting to collaborate like that?
I always wanted to do an EDM record. I grew up listening to David Guetta
Mm.
featuring some of the best singers, and we were like, we should make a remix from an old song, and then I was like, why don't we make a remix from my song? So that's how Soar was born, and I really love the record. Like when I first listened, I don't think there was like a point or a musical moment that I wanted to change in that remix.
Yeah, it's cool. It definitely gives it a new life for the song. So,
Definitely.
so now to close this out, during this experience of writing, recording, and releasing this new record, Stay. What did you learn about yourself that you didn't know about before, or what did you learn that maybe you weren't so confident about before?
Wow. I mean, there are a lot of different songs,
Hmm.
and I really learned that I have deep feelings, and I'm still very connected to my dad. That's
Yeah.
what my song Overthink is about. But it's also like a motivation and still an inspiration to me to write and release music because he was a very big supportive of
Hmm.
mine. So he was very supportive when I was a child. I got my first microphone, as a present from him, and he took me into some auditions, and I experienced that I also gotta stay true to myself
Yeah.
because I worked with so many different producers. It was really cool, but everybody just took me into a
To a different
different
place.
different place. And for the next album, I'll be even more confident
Hmm.
to be able to say what I want to hear and what my genre is.
Yeah. That's amazing. It's good to always learn something from these experiences because I feel like musicians when they're creating music, they kind of teach the fans, the audience something that maybe they needed to know, like you're not alone, or like we're all going through this together. And the fact that you kind of experienced something like that as well, that's pretty cool. So congratulations with
Thank
this
you.
upcoming
Thank
release.
you.
Congratulations with the success so far with Soar. You guys be sure to check out Barbara Nada's new album Stay is coming out real soon. So thanks for watching on Front Row Live.